Let's get started with shot or no shot. We have social media speculation regarding the Bears. Buffalo Bills interior defensive lineman Ed Oliver posted a story on his Instagram saying, quote, "Show me the money or I don't want to talk," before adding posts that showed him sacking Jared Goff on the Lions, Aaron Rodgers on the Packers, and Kirk Cousins on the Vikings. He did sack Fields in their matchup this past season, but he did not post that sack. Shot or no shot? The Bears are trading for Ed Oliver.
Well, there could be a shot here. I mean,
there's a shot. I mean, definitely there's a shot. Technically,
they have his teammate already on the team in Tremaine Edmonds. This is the 9th overall pick from 2019.
Are you sure that it wasn't a half a sack of one of the guys? Because he only had 2.5 sacks on the year. So if you show a picture of him sacking Jared Goff,
well, they may not have all been last season.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So he hasn't lived up to what they thought. Like, he's a productive player, but he's not he hasn't lived up to the 9th overall pick. In his career, he has 14.5 sacks, 30 tackles for losses, 4 forced fumbles.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I've got all the information on Ed Oliver. I would defer to the defensive tackle on the station. The good kid would probably give you a better feel for who he is. He's 25 years of age. I don't know if he's a nose tackle or he's a 3 technique. He's the right age. I mean, young, productive player. I don't know where, I know they picked up his 5th year and he's scheduled to make about $10.7 million this year in Buffalo.
So you have to trade for him and pay him.
Yes.
He's pressured the quarterback 153 times in his career, according to Pro Football Focus. So, I mean, like, what are you giving up for a player like that?
This is why I would say shot, okay? Because you do have some draft capital. You do have the space, and you're going to have to spend some money here, as you were informing me at one of the breaks. And you've got a need on your defensive line, a big need. He's 25. He's not 31 years of age. I think that was one of the issues with Hargrave, the free agent that was signed out of Philadelphia, went to San Francisco. I think his age was something that probably kept the Bears from being more interested and willing to pay him. Ed Oliver's 25 and will be 25 for the vast majority of the season. So you got a need. He plays a position where you need him, or you need talent. You've got some draft currency. You've got some cash. I would say shot. I don't know how big a shot.
Can I add this? Brad Spielberg, this is what you were referring to. Brad Spielberger from Pro Football Focus. He is a New Trier guy, local guy, Bears fan, I believe still. Tweeted last night that he believes the Bears need to spend another $45 million or so in 2023 cash, even after paying the current draft picks. I expect them to be active in the cap casualty market with veterans that wait later in the offseason to sign closer to week 1.
So what he's saying is it is required by the NFL rules that they have to spend a certain amount of money
to reach the floor.
And I think it's cumulative. They take the average of 3 years, I think is something like that. Regardless of what the specifics are, they have to spend more money.
Like, I know people have said, like, maybe they save some for next year. They may not be able to save some.
Correct. What they can do, though, is spend on 1-year deals that evaporate at the of this season.
They can, and they can also use some of that money on some of their own players that they feel are worthy of team-friendly extensions.
So there are options to spend in a way that leaves a chunk of that open next season, but you do still have to spend it. And I think the exact is 95% of your cap has to be spent over a rolling 4-year period.
Right. And then spend heavy this year and then descending contract.
I think the interesting part here is that you've got a player who is in the midst of a program, in the middle of a program, literally, because he plays on the defensive line, that has built a tradition of winning in recent years that is somehow, even in a distant way, referencing our team. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we are to read the social media tea leaves, if Chicago is a required destination or an interesting destination or desirable destination for some, why is that? Does Ed Oliver think it'd be a good place to play because they have a need? Does Ed Oliver also know that the Bears have to spend a ton of money and there's a lot of cash. There may be a giant bag waiting for him.
Maybe he knows that there are trade talks going on. Maybe Tremaine Edmonds is recruiting him.
Yes. So maybe he just wants to get paid, and he knows the Bears have the most money to spend. I don't know. But it used to be everyone ignored us because nobody wanted to come here because we stunk.
I don't
Now
think
we
that's not the case.
Really?
We've like that. Now you sound like a caller. When we've had money, players have come. Who is not come here because the Bears have stunk? Can you name one?
Guys that have chosen to go elsewhere. I mean, there are certain guys that will go to a team that gives them a chance to win.
Name one.
I don't know. Jalen Ramsey may have said to his representatives, I'm not going to Chicago, so don't trade me there.
When we had money, Julius Peppers came.
The team was
when
good.
we had money, Musa Muhammad came.
The team was better than it was right now.
When we had money, Allen Robinson came.
Guys are going to go to the place that pays them the most. Simple.
Yes.
I'm just telling you, in the age of social media that didn't exist on that front back in Musa Muhammad's day, it's nice to know that there are guys around the league that say, hey, you know what? I want to go to Chicago. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Again, Ed Oliver may want to come to Chicago because we have the greatest bank available.